You a Star Wars fan? Because you'll be amazed at number one, that a lot of women might be into the shit that you're into, but you're so worried about her judging you that you don't give it half a chance. But also some of the things that you're not into, you'll be amazed at how women would want to get into it because they want to get closer to you.
A lot of times they say shit like, "Oh, I'm free on weekends," or I'm usually free on Thursdays," or whatever the hell. So if it makes sense, then I schedule a date.
If she really liked you from the get-go, there would be no reward system you would have to look for to do anything for, right? Because it would automatically be there, And I like to do this in conversations sometimes. When you're speaking with somebody and you'll hear a girl say something like, "I'll never do this," or "I don't like this," or "I don't like that." And then you'll notice, you'll say, "Nah, I kind of like it. I like it when blah, blah, blah." And she's like, well, yeah, when you say it like that, I like it, and it's just kind of like, yeah, you switched up awfully fast for somebody that just really said they don't like something. And so, there's always been clues out there for fellas to understand, like, yo, if they really like you, they will change their whole political party.
They're not giving her real instruction. They're not letting her know what it really is. And most dudes don't do it. Most dudes don't say what it is because they're afraid to hear no, or they're afraid to bring up sex too early and all of this and all of that. But the bottom line is this. Either, again, and somebody said it, either she's feeling you or she's not. You understand? Either she's feeling you or she's not. We got to stop all this nonsense, man. Guys are too afraid to hear no, and it's like I'd rather hear no than to waste 2, 3, 4 dates and time spent, money spent, and all this other shit just to find out that you wasn't feeling me any damn way. You see what I'm saying? But so with me, first date is cool. If you don't want to do it on the first date, no problem. You could be on your period or whatever it is. There's a lot of things that could be off on the first date, right? It doesn't matter. But second date, you gotta know what it
is. For me, I like exclusive vagina to me. And that's because I don't want to catch nothing to have my later years messed up. And I like to stroke without no condom on. It feels great.
No.
So I like it.
So you like to be hugged by the sugar walls? You like to be hugged?
Yeah. I like that velvet, plush velvet. The smoothness. So,
but even then, Jay Roman, I hear you.
He don't get up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason is because he has to conserve his energy to do 3 full workouts a day up until his competition date. You understand? So when he's in season, he literally just works out as hard as he can. Then he sits on the couch and his wife brings him everything. The only thing she don't do is fucking piss for him, right? So what I'm saying is, it's one thing to have a wife that does it, because you said earlier, these were the words you used. You said a woman who says, "Oh, I rock with this dude, so I don't mind doing this." But see, it's a difference between a woman who doesn't mind and a woman who cheerfully wants to do it. Understand the position of a simp. Make sure you understand the position of a friend zone nigga. Make sure you understand that a man doesn't do anything for nothing. You understand? So run the game, be careful, and do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's right there, Jay Roman. And that's the problem. Your main chick should always be prioritized over all the new chicks. Right? The new chicks should not get preferential treatment. Right? So what would make it difficult for a lot of women is if you're giving girlfriend treatment to the new chick. Right? So this is why when you very first meet women, you have to establish boundaries and parameters where they got to earn everything. So that way, when the main chick is with you and she knows you're dealing with new women, she knows they have to go through the gauntlet too. They just don't get shit quicker. Like
labyrinth, streets be the maze. Hosts on the mic, carry K set in the blaze. Sagging, Miles Cunham with the game so tight. J. Roman lit the torch, keeping it right. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law. Harry K drops jewels, the crowd enthralled. Words cut deep, no need for brawls. Miles Cunningham, tactics sharp like a dagger. Navigates the game, makes the haters stagger. Journey to manhood, no easy feat. Lessons from the masters, words concrete. J. Roman with the keys, opens the door. Manhood's the path, gotta crave for more. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law.
Yo. I can't hear you, Miles. You still on mute? There we go.
Yeah, my voice.
We got you.
Funny, man. So bear with me, man.
Bro, it's called Monostat 7 or Vagisil, bro. You gotta fuse with 2 parts water and 1 part peroxide.
Shout out to 50, right? I've been chilling at these fucking amusement parks with my nephew, man. It's fucking getting on these fucking crazy ass roller coasters and shit. Bro, it's crazy.
That's an investment. Going to an amusement park with a child. See, when we were kids, we were like, "Oh, day, why we leaving?" But when you're older, you're like, "Nigga, we leaving." I've been here all day.
Hey, shout out to my nephew too, because when I told him we was leaving, he was like, "Well, we really had a great time." And I was like, "See, that's my nigga."
I love it. See you when you look at him like, "We're gonna be all right." Lord, we got one. We got one. Out of all these goofy motherfuckers, we got one. You saved us one. Appreciate it.
Facts.
Shout out to your nephew. But what's going on?
Well, that's what's been going on. I've been, it's a couple times out the year, I spent some time with my nephew and shit, just me and him. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I've been doing. Still working this shit because, we did the show yesterday and everything like that. But, we got that going on. And, guys, I've been recently putting out some really heavy videos, man. So make sure y'all go to my YouTube at Miles in the Game on YouTube, at Miles in the Game on YouTube. Make sure you go to my channel and check out what I got going on over there. These videos are like 45 minutes to an hour long, and I'm giving all the fucking game, man. So make sure y'all get over there, check out the videos, share it with a friend, just spread it, because this is the shit I'm putting up there. Real talk is membership type shit. So, just go over there, take advantage, and fuck with it. So, what's going on with you, K-Zach? Appreciate you for having the show, bro.
Oh man, I'm chilling, bro. I'm trying to get past this weather. I can't wait until like October, November get here. It's ungodly to go outside at 8 o'clock and it's 90-something degrees. I'm like, the sun is down. Why is it hot out this motherfucker? It's hot. like I'll be waiting till the sun go down. I'll be thinking I'm headed to the curve, right? I'm gonna wait till the sun go down. It's gonna be cooler. The traffic is gonna be less. Nigga, I get outside. Everybody had the same thought I had. Nigga, we all was waiting until the sun went down. And we all out here in this heat like you niggas. Anyway.
So, it's so hot the post office got extended hours and shit.
Bro, it's crazy. It's so fucking hot out here. But I'm glad that I have central air. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers that don't.
Facts. Hey, so, what's crazy? My fucking elevator's busted on my side of the building. Oh, and I'm on the 5th floor, nigga. I'm on the 5th floor. Check this out. I'm on the 5th floor and I park in the basement. So that means I got to do one extra flight.
Boy, your calves should be humongous by the end of all this, nigga.
but it's all good though. It's a good reason to make sure the cardio's still popping. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But you know what's crazy? And there's no AC in the stairwell, right? So that breath of fresh air when you enter the hallway through the door, that shit is like something different. It's like a drink of water because you breathing hard going up the stairs. You open up the door and the cool air hits you. You like,
okay. It's like
yeah, shit is crazy. It's a crazy feeling. It's a crazy feeling. But I don't know what the fuck they talking about. This shit ain't gonna get fixed until like a couple weeks from now, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? But again, I'm just using it as an excuse to get the cardio right. You feel me?
See, right there. And that's the thing about guys who have an optimistic view about life.
Yes, sir.
We always see the silver lining in the clouds, bro.
Grateful, yeah. Real talk. And if it's really bad, like if I go grocery shopping or something, I just go to the second floor and I walk across because the other elevator still works. So, you know what I'm saying?
There you go. So, what are we talking about today? Female insecurity is showing up in modern dating. Men need to see it. Now, real quick, this is the worst kept secret in dating, right? That women are insecure, right? Respond and react to the insecurities of women. And sometimes you guys don't even realize that women are being insecure and it's being masked.
Yeah, you pausing, man. You clipping real hard, bro. You zagging, man. Yeah, you giving a hard pause for like a good 6, 7, 8 seconds, like that.
Okay, let me come back out. Let me go out and come back in.
All right. Yeah. So K zagging, man. He talking about, the title of the show is "Female Insecurity is Showing Up in Modern Dating, and Men Need to See It." And guys, I want you to understand that a lot of times we pedestal these women so much. We put them on such a pedestal, and we think because we think that they're good looking, we think because we think they, they're dressed nice, they look good, that they don't have any insecurity, right? The confidence that we see in women is based on the confidence that we have in ourselves to recognize their beauty, right? A lot of times it's not really there. A lot of times women are super insecure, and the crazy part is it's like an inverse thing, right? The more attractive a woman is, a lot of times, most times, is the more insecure she truly is. You understand? And that's why in a lot of cases, a woman can't even take a compliment because it's not that she don't believe that she might look good, but is that she don't believe you think she look good. So you might be giving her a compliment and she just be like, oh, well, that's why women say shit like, you say that to all the girls, that's why women say, they're like, oh, stop it. You don't really think I look good. You don't really think I'm pretty and all that other type of shit. So, I was just trying to keep it going while you was going, but I was just talking about how, as men, we look at women and we put them on a pedestal by default because we think they're attractive, not realizing how insecure they truly are, which is why women say things like, you probably say that to all the girls and all that type of shit. And sometimes they blush and act real shy when you're trying to tell them that you find them attractive and give them compliments and so on. But go ahead.
No, if you just look at the evolution of human attraction, right? You just look at the evolution. It along the way, it got to the point where the visual became much more important than it ever was before.
Yeah, real talk.
Right, and because of that, even if you look at the standard of beauty, right, from the time that little women or girls, especially black women, right, the girls, right, the way they already feel insecure as little girls based on this little girl. Look at how thick and long her hair is. Look at the fact that she's sprouting and I'm still flat chested. All this kind of shit, right? All this, and it starts young, right? And and this is what guys have to understand. When it comes to, male and female insecurity, if you look at one of the biggest problems in dating, that is what it is people's insecurities.
Yeah.
Right. Both men and women. And I know here, I highlight male insecurity all the time. But here's the funny part. And this is what guys don't realize. When women come into contact with a man who's more insecure than they are, they're going to abuse you.
Facts.
Period. And a lot of you guys, that's what's happening, is that not only are you insecure, but the woman is, but you don't know she's insecure. You don't know that, right? She's attractive, right? She seems confident, right? But you don't know she's insecure. And the reason why you don't know she's insecure it's because you're not the type of guy she would be nervous around. Okay, that's why you don't know that she has insecurities. So even when we talk about the withholding of sex, I'll just use that as an example. Now, I am not making the correlation that every time a woman is attempting to withhold sex that she's insecure. What I will say, though, is that more often than not, there is an insecurity attached to it, right? So you have to look at the real reason why most women, I'm not going to say all women, you have to look at, because if a woman is a virgin and she's religious and she's really waiting for sex, I'm not going to say she's insecure because that has nothing to do with it, right? But for some women, the reason why they try to withhold sex is because they think that them fucking quick is the reason behind why men aren't staying, right? So they're using sex as a leverage to try and keep men because they're worried about men leaving. That's insecure. Like if you look up the word insecure, the word worry or worried or not self-assured about something, right? That means like I'm insecure about my Wi-Fi. Like I'm mad insecure about my Wi-Fi every day. Go ahead, Miles.
Real quick, shout out to Who They Official with a $9.99 super chat. He says, salute to the game and game kings, getting ready for my performance in New York, but there's always time for some ism. Respect to all men. Great topic today. Hey, good luck on your performance, bro. I might be out of the loop or I might be missing something, but what are you, a rapper or something? What do you do? I don't know. What do you perform? And whatever it is, good luck though, sincerely. But it would just be dope to know what you did. And I don't know, did you ever come on Media Monday and promote your shit, which you should, you know what I'm saying? So we can know about your shit and support it. But yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, look, I honestly think, that I like to call female insecurity the devil. Like it's literally evil, right? It's the opposite of gratitude. It's the opposite of self-love. It's the opposite of love in general. It's the opposite of positivity, and a woman's insecurity, I think it's necessary, but at the same time, as men, like you said, men need to see it. Men need to be aware of what they're dealing with because it's a big part of every woman's motivation for why they do things. You understand? Like how many times we get guys that call in or whatever, or even the clients that we got to be like, yo, why do women do this? Why do women do that? Why do women, they don't call you back or why do women try to reject you harshly? And why do women ignore you and all this other type of shit? Like a lot of y'all don't realize, guys, that, you think, for example, a guy might be approaching a woman and he gets really, really nervous, right? But you don't realize that there's a level of insecurity and nervousness to even talk back to somebody in public. You understand? Like, we got all these different things going on about, trafficking and SA and I'm not really trying to give a lot of credibility to like Me Too and all that shit. But at the same time, it is a concern for a lot of these women. You understand? Because as men, we're bigger, we're stronger. We naturally dominate them. So in a lot of situations, they may not be ready to say hello. In a lot of situations, they might actually be a little bit shy, insecure, scared. They got anxiety, engaging verbally, especially in certain situations. You understand? And so as men, we got to be aware of this stuff. And we also got to realize that what we're dealing with is okay, cool. Who's they? That's what's up. You're an artist and a rapper. If you wanna, you say you're from Baltimore, but I will be on Media Monday the coming Monday. Okay, that's what's up. We'd love to find out more about your stuff and support it, bro. Real talk. Because I listen to the Media Monday artists. Like I listen to y'all like on a weekly basis. I really do. But anyway, so guys, back to this insecurity shit. We really got to understand what's going on dealing with women. And that's why you have to focus on yourself. You got to have a certain level of self-love and confidence and realize that you can't. It's kind of like letting your haters affect the way you feel about yourself as a man. So for example, what am I saying? Like, for example, you go approach a woman and let's just say you say hello or whatever, and then she ignores you or you say hello and she's like, oh, I don't feel like talking. Leave me alone. There's a lot of guys that'll take that and just be like, oh man, there's something wrong with me. Why she don't want to talk to me? Why does she ignore me? Blah, blah, blah. But what you don't understand is that it's like allowing a hater's response on social media to make you think there's something wrong with you. I mean, if go through any fucking comment section, majority of the people that's speaking negatively on shit is people with low self-esteem and insecurity. Because ask yourself, why do you have so much fucking time to watch a video and then speak negatively on it? Me personally, when I see a video I don't like, I just scroll past. You think about the person who doesn't like a video or who doesn't like a message in the video. Instead of just scrolling past because they got their own personal life and their own things that they're already grateful for to move on and experience, they're sitting there taking time to give you a fucking paragraph, to write you a fucking paragraph that they edit and fucking rewrite and all this shit just to hate. If that don't scream insecurity, then what really does? So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to realize what you're really dealing with in this world. When you hear people criticize and treat you a certain way or ignore you or be rude to you, they really don't have nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with what's going on inside that person at the time. And so as men, we got to see past, we got to be stronger, right? We got to be, who says, I forgot what rapper said, a giant can't get affected by midgets. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you got to
said that. Yeah, I know.
I think it was Dr. Dre, somebody. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that as a man, you really got to be so much stronger. You got to have so much more confidence and faith in yourself and the God within you as a man, and ultimately your masculine identity. You got to have so much faith in that you can't let any of those little things fuck with you. And then to take it further, like in dating, like, there's so many little things that a woman would try to nitpick and try to like criticize you for. And what all you need to understand is that if she's taking the time to nitpick and criticize, is that she's just not feeling you like that. And it's time to move on. And if you're already on the date, it's more than likely time to end the date. And you don't need to feel no way about it. You don't need to feel like you owe her extra time and none of that shit. Just end the fucking date. You see what I'm saying? So, you gotta realize what you're dealing with when it comes to this insecurity shit, because it affects so many different things. And what happens is, and the reason why I call it the devil is that it's kind of like a virus. So her insecurity causes her to behave a certain way. And then you let her insecure behavior make you feel insecure about yourself. And then it's just a fucking pattern. And it just infects everybody. You ever see one of those shorts where people are doing nice things for each other? Like somebody holds the door, somebody says good morning.
And they pass it on to the next person.
And they show you how, goodness gets passed on. Well, it's even worse. On the opposite side, it's super easy to pass on fear and negativity and insecurity. You understand? So as men, we gotta be better than that. We gotta be so much stronger, bro. But shout out to Jay Roman for joining us. What's going on?
Good with your family.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Everybody hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
We got you.
All right.
We got you. Real quick, let me say this before Jay Roman hops in here. Let me say this real quick. If all you men watching right now, if y'all pay attention, if y'all really pay attention to, when I say pay attention, I mean, don't obsess about it. But if you just notice, I should say, women on the internet, they're telling on themselves all the time. Women tell on themselves all the time, right? And Miles, you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about complaining. If you look at the root cause for complaining and dating, part of it is insecurities. Part of it is insecurities, right? Because you have people, like, I'll give you a prime example, and here's my favorite one. Like, I'll see this Facebook post where women will say, an attractive trait or a real man reassures an overthinker, right? That's the post. Like, a real man reassure. Let me break that down. What that means when women say, "Oh, I need a man to reassure me because I'm an overthinker." What she is saying is, I'm insecure, right? And I'm so insecure, I need him to constantly make me feel like I'm still special to him, make me feel like I'm the only one, and make me feel like my position is solidified. Right? That's what that really means, right? So, and I said all that to say this, and here's the truth that women don't want to admit to. It bothers women that they can be so easily disposable and replaceable by the men they covet the most. And that is an extreme form of insecurity on a woman right there.
Facts. Big talk. Real talk right there.
Was there a video that was played or anything that I missed?
Nah. We just a topic, bro.
We just shoot from the hip. 6 shoots.
It's just a topic, Blues brother.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't subscribe to the insecurities. Sorry, I don't get a lot of energy toward it.
Right.
Especially in relationships. I like to call it emotionally hostage, right? Where they want to hold you emotionally hostage off of their emotions and have you react to everything, and that's because of whatever insecurities is going on. Just like every time you leave the house, you're gonna go fuck that other bitch.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, nah, that's not it. I told you we was gonna play hoop, or we gonna hang with the fellas, but because of that, there's dudes out there that has to share their location 24/7.
Yo,
and then it turns around and makes them want to know their location 24/7.
Right.
Like, hey, if we can't communicate naturally, what's going on with our days and stuff like that, I ain't gonna be tracking your locations and things like that. Now, I always say this: when they start kidnapping 6 feet, 250 black guys, maybe start sharing my location or something. But we don't get kidnapped like that. But it's always good for ladies to, if you have a significant other or if you have somebody, to share locations at times, right? And just for safety. I don't want nobody to be like, I don't want to know your location, but it might be good to know her location when she's hopping in an Uber or a cab or something like that. Yeah. I just heard an incident where the Uber driver was kind of like rolling somewhere that wasn't the direction. It was ignoring the lady, and then she got on the speakerphone with her husband, and he was like, "Oh, you're on this street." So you kind of let the guy know that, hey, she's being tracked. So,
right.
So for safety reasons, it might be a little different.
Facts.
But if I'm checking out your location because to keep you in line, to make sure that you understand, like, hey, I don't want you doing nothing out there, and give me your location. Where were you at? And her insecurities have now become your insecurities, and I feel like the dating world for men right now is nothing but insecurities.
My nigga.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right? That we have adopted.
Unfortunately.
From
the woman.
It's just a whole bunch of insecurities. And I can't even say from the women because we're men. We're leaders. So we shouldn't adopt anything.
No, males.
From them.
I'm talking about males. Males do.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna classify you until I have to kick you out, right? So as men, as leaders, we should be teaching the relationship. And I'm gonna come as relationship because I don't give a lot of energy for nothing I just met. So this ain't, I'm always coming from that zone. We should be teaching security. We should be teaching the trust. We should be teaching how to move and things like that. Not reacting to the insecurities, So I don't. You ever go somewhere and you come back and they want to know all the details? I don't give a lot of details. Like, this is what happened. You can't, like, what's all the questioning for? Like, are you? Yeah. Well, who was on there? What was going on?
I get rid of women real fast who do that shit. I kick them out of my life, bro. I don't play that shit. I don't play that shit.
I really want to, I want to talk about what you said. It's like being held hostage. It's really like a trap, man. It's a trap. It's a fucking trap because it's one of them situations where the insecurity itself is such a sticky thing. You end up being damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because so for example, with the example you gave of giving details after you came back from somewhere, if you give details, so now every question she asks you is going to lead to another question. So you're on a continuous loop of questioning. And now you're not asking me questions. Now you're questioning me. So now we're getting into disrespect. So now insecurity is leading into disrespect. But then on the flip side, you ask me a question and I don't say anything, then that's me being emotionally unavailable and distant and all this other shit. You understand? And so now she going to get some type of, her insecurity is going to make her have some type of dissatisfied attitude, which if she's not of sound mind, she's going to try to treat you differently, which still leads to fucking disrespect. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You understand? And that's what I'm saying. Like it's really the devil these days, bro. Like it's really, really fucking bad. Ask me how I know. It's fucking.
It's
I'm
a
glad.
slippery slope.
Go ahead, Jay.
No, it's just a slippery slope because you have to present this from the beginning. Right? Because then you realize, man, I've been answering questions a whole bunch. That's why she's so used to asking it in year 13 or year 10 or something, or year 5. Right? Because I've been answering these questions. Like one of my things is when I'm going on vacation, right? Or I'm out somewhere. We have a conversation for the day, maybe at night, but that's it. I'm not on the phone 24/7. Out and about. Hey, we was all into Miami. Ain't nobody was on the phone. You know, hey, we turned left here. Hey, we ate at this exact restaurant. Right. Hey, I'm pulling up right now. Hey, let me call you when I get to the hotel. Hey, you want me to put you on I don't know what they do with the videos and stuff. So you
FaceTime and all that shit.
FaceTime so you can see, scan the room. I know some cats that got a FaceTime to scan the room to say, hey, ain't nobody here. Ain't nobody here. My thing is that
ain't no fucking way.
Right. But to do that, though, as a leader, you got to do the same thing regards when they go places. Like I know cats be like, man, I ain't let my girl go on no girls trip. I don't care. Go on a girls trip. Why enjoy yourself. You
Please
know, because
go.
Yeah, enjoy yourself. I'm not insecure about that. Now, if you do something that's not for the betterment of this relationship, it'll come out.
It'll come out.
You know, so, but until then, enjoy yourself. Right. Have time. I don't need you to call me on every movement that you make. For safety reasons, yes. For that safety moment, yes. But besides that, enjoy yourself. Download for the day or in the morning, how you doing, and go from there. A lot of times we are two-faced. See, a lot of guys, and this is how you get the trap of being that insecurity, right? Where you don't want her to ask questions, but then you ask tons of questions. Mm-hmm. And then she'll go turn around and be like, well, why do you get to ask a whole bunch of questions? I want to, boop, boop, boop. Next, you're answering a whole bunch of questions because you're insecurity too. So like, if it ain't there, then why be there? if you're in a relationship and it ain't there, then why be there? Like,
I don't know if y'all remember, probably about a year ago, probably been about a year, more or less. We had a caller who called in, and he was in a long-term relationship, and he didn't want to be in that long-term relationship. And if y'all remember, when we were talking to him, he was talking how his woman was cheating on him and he was cheating on her, right? They was cheating on each other. So when we got the relationship history, what we found out was when they first met, she basically told him, if you want to have sex with me, you can't be fucking nobody else. Right? This is what she did, right? And I want guys, again, what are we talking about? Female insecurity is showing up in modern dating. Men need to see it. So she was pushing for sexual exclusivity early. And she was pushing for a relationship early. So he reluctantly gave it to her. He didn't want to do that. He reluctantly did it. So now he's in this relationship, this monogamous relationship he don't want to be in, but because he wants access to the woman, he's following her lead, only to find out she was cheating the whole time.
God damn.
So just imagine a woman, and that's, again, her insecurity is, I don't want you fucking nobody else, just me. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, she's doing the very thing she don't want you to do, right? So guys, you have to be mindful. Now, let me say this. I want to be clear.
But that's the trap too there, Zach. Yeah. That's the trap though.
Well, here's the thing. I want to be clear though. There is nothing wrong with women wanting sexual exclusivity. The problem is when they try to rush it early or they try to use it as a bargaining chip. If you want to fuck me, then you can only be fucking with me. And you met this chick a week ago. And it's like, really, bitch?
Have you lost your bro? I've met grown women in their 40s who do that shit. Like, bitch, are you serious? You're too old for this. Y'all got it.
Real quick, shout out to Chris Johnson. He says with the $7 super chat, he says, top of it, fellas, appreciate the game and consistency. Yep. Oh, and guys, the phone lines are open, man. Phone lines are open. So if y'all want to call in, 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. It's just $5 to ask a question, $10 for a story, $5 to ask a question. So go ahead and call in, 844-672-7300. Just $5 to get your questions answered.
Let me also add this real quick, because I've had multiple clients who got caught up like that, where they meet a woman, they trying to smash, the chick won't let them smash. She's like, no, I have to be the only one you're seeing. There can be nobody else. And they literally just met this chick a day or two ago. And guys, they're doing a consultation with me, telling me about this, and I say, leave that girl alone. Only for the nigga to call to do another consultation a week or two later saying, I fucked up, Zach. I listened to her and now I got problems because she's always questioning me. I went ahead and told her I was going to be with her only. She let me hit. And now, bro, she sweared to me about where I'm at, what I'm doing. I'm like, she's it, bro. And Jay Roman, you said it, and Miles, you said it about the emotional enslavement, the emotional bondage. Because the woman is bonding you to her because she wants you to settle her insecurities. Make me feel good, right? Make me feel like I'm the only one. And that's not your job. But like y'all said, a woman will make it your job. Yeah, I got it.
Now, earlier you was talking about the sexual exclusivity when they demand it and stuff, and then the dude turned around and she was cheating. But that's the trap that a lot of guys become insecure about. And so they try to track their movements and things like that to try to stop that insecurity from making them feel a certain way, so you can't avoid that. Like, I think Miles said it a couple of shows ago when he was like, there's a part of this that you just can't avoid. A person's going to be a person you don't know about. Somebody could lie to you and turn around and just do the opposite. You can't avoid it. The only thing is you got to be on your P's and Q's that when you notice something, you notice it and you react from there. Half the time you guys notice stuff, but y'all, because of y'all emotions, y'all be trying to tuck it. The thing is that part of this game is because you can't control another person, period. No, there's nothing about this you control another person. And that's why I resonate with Steve the Dean, 50, y'all, because it ain't about control. Here's the choices. If you make the choice, this is how we're going to live. If you don't want to make that choice, then hey, there's the door. Yeah. But the thing is, it's like it's a choice. Nobody's manipulating anybody. The thing about it is there's a part of that you can't avoid. You don't control anybody. Somebody could lie straight to you in your face and make it believable. Right? And then turn around and do just the opposite. But that's part of it. It's non-controllable. You can't be insecure about that. Right. The thing that is different that I'm finding out, which I didn't believe, man, because I give males way more credit, and I'm starting to take some of it back.
I don't. I know better than that.
But you've been doing this for a long time. Maybe me a couple of years.
No credit, bro. They be fucking up.
It's just the fact that so many dudes are afraid to lose them.
Yeah.
Right there.
And it shocks me. How can you live in a world where they're supposed to outnumber us? I don't know if that's true or not, because I ain't the one who did the consensus. But they say women outnumber us, 9-5 or, whatever the number is. But you're afraid to lose this one. And it don't be one that's like a good one. It's one that's horrible. How you be afraid to lose this one?
One that's mistreating you and shit.
Yeah, like she ain't even treating you right, and you're afraid to lose this one. Like it just cracks. It ponders me, right? But you're so insecure to be on your own, to not be whatever this ego has built you up to be. You're so insecure about that moment that you're struggling to hold on to something. And I don't think they realize how much this woman plays in that insecurity in their heads.
And that's the thing. Free will. A woman, she is free to come in my life and take the opportunity, and she is free to leave. Bro, in my lifetime, I have never attempted to stop a woman from leaving. I'm like, bye. Goodbye to you. And of course, you know, they really don't like when you do that. But regardless of that, my thing is this is my thing. And it's not just about being a secure man. It's also about loving yourself and having a degree of self-respect. Why would I want to try and convince a woman to stay who don't want to stay?
Facts.
Like, why would I try to talk her into that? Like, because I know what it looks like when a woman is enthusiastic about being in your world, and she can't wait to see you. She longs to hear your voice and to be touched by you. So once she stops feeling that, and she can barely be around me and shit without us fussing at each other, why would I want that to continue? And let me just say this. When people say, you know, we can try and fix our relationship, I want people to think about the word fix. Fix implies that it's broke, nigga. If it's broken, you can't fix it. Let it go. And guys, and this is women for women too. Y'all need to embrace change. A lot of people don't like change. And that's what it really is. And people are insecure about change as well because it's the fear of the unknown. Yeah. What's going to happen in my world now? What's going to happen in my life now? I'm so used to this person, even though I'm insecure as fuck, but at least this person gives me some level of comfort. And that's the thing about a man. You can never be comfortable as a man. You know, being comfortable is nice, but nothing grows there.
Right.
Yeah, I got it.
Guys, go ahead. Call in 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. Go ahead and call in, guys.
You know, me and you differ when that comes to that fixing thing, man. You know, it's just because we humans is weak these days. They don't go through adversities, and I'm not talking about somebody dragging you through anything, but you know, you have a disagreement and then people be ready to break up and split. It's like, yo, that ain't
by no means am I saying do that. No, hell no.
You know, now disrespect, stepping outside of our arrangement, whatever that may be. I like cartwheels and backflips. Do you remember that part on Kevin Hart when he was like, you know, ain't nobody super happy every time you walk into the door or something like that?
Bro, and some people that really be hating on people being jovial and chipper and shit. People
I do. I want you to be happy to be in this motherfucker, like, and display it to me. Now, if you don't, then hey, all right. But you know, like I want to hear the cartwheels and the backflips on the telephone when I call you. You know, I want to hear because you only get one call every so often.
I want to hear you smile through the phone, bitch, when you talk
to me.
You know
but that's me. You know, I ain't saying that's everybody. Everybody don't care about that. Everybody don't want that. That's me. You know, but me too. The thing is that you don't have to be here. So if you are here, display it like you want to be here.
Right.
Now, if you don't want to be here, then don't be here. You know, I will find somebody that wants to be here. Guys have to be a little more confident in that part, that you will find somebody to be here. You know, so
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, and this is what I find hilarious, because guys would be like, but she's different, and she's different. I don't know if I can find another woman just like her. Here's the problem. See, if you follow women and you take cues from women, of course you're going to feel that way. But if you're the one setting the foundation of everything that is you, right? If you're dealing with women strictly on your terms, you can create the same dynamic again with a different bitch. I need guys to understand that. You can create the same dynamic again with a different woman. She gonna sound different. She gonna moan different. She gonna giggle different.
Yeah.
The coochie gonna feel a little different. She might cook different. Right? But the whole point of it, if you're dealing with women strictly on your terms, and there's a certain way that you do things, all you're doing is sliding women in and sliding them out. Slide them in, move them out. Slide them in, move them out. So if you actually have dating standards and rules and boundaries that you abide by, and you only fuck with women that move in accordance with those standards, bro, you can find another chick. It ain't gonna be difficult, right? You just got to be consistent about the way that you do things, though. And that's the problem. A lot of you guys, you're not consistent because you move. And Miles, you said it before. Most men are flexible when it comes to how they date. And their flexibility hinges on the attractiveness of the woman.
Right.
The better her body looks, the more pretty her face is, the more flexible guys are. So if you're moving like that, you're never going to be able to date women on your terms. It will never happen, ever.
You know, I think that's the part that a lot of guys don't realize. Like, you know, everything down to, excuse me, everything down to sex. As men, we provide. Like, we're the natural providers because, again, without an erect, you know, an erect penis, sex can't happen, right? Penetration can't happen. So until men really realize, like, okay, I provide the experience from the core of everything, from the base of everything. You know, it's my party, it's my venue. Like, look around. Like, we talk about this all the time, but seriously, look around. It's our party. It's our venue. It's our house. You understand? Like, they're very important guests, but they're guests. You understand? We provide this shit. You understand? And once you get to that point where you realize how much value you provide, you really got to start having your own standards, like you said, Kay. You really got to start having, you know, your own situation and realize that, yes, they are replaceable because I can make this party happen. I can make this experience happen for anyone I choose to. You're coming to me. Mm-hmm. Because think about it, guys. That's why a woman's laundry list of everything she wants in a man is so fucking long. They're coming to us for everything. But it doesn't mean nothing unless you recognize that. So many men, they pedestal these women and they think, oh, she's so pretty, she's so beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And thinking that's everything. No, she's just the decor. She just adds to the decor of the party that you're throwing, bro. That's really all it is.
You know what she is? She's aftermarket rims. She's aftermarket rims.
Exactly.
Look, the Benz came with the rims or the Lexus, whatever you drive. It looked good the way it is. I don't need aftermarket rims, but I like the way they look on my shit.
Facts. The car already look fly, my nigga.
Exactly.
The car is already banging. The car is already fresh. You understand? I'm just putting these rims on it to, you know what I'm saying, to add to it. A woman is an enhancement out here, bro. I keep telling niggas.
That's basically what they are. Fact.
A woman is an accessory and an enhancement to the journey of men. You understand? Until we realize that it's only going to get worse. And so this is why insecurity keeps having room to grow, because we don't recognize how fucking powerful we are as men. Right. We actually give credence to the questioning, to the insecure questioning that these women bring to us. We actually take it seriously and give it credence. We actually answer their fucking questions, thinking that it's going to make things better when it's really not. It's really fucking not. A lot of these, and shout out to Lucario, he says it all the time. You can't take these women seriously. And it's not because you're trying to be dismissive to them or you know, or be you know, to be what's the word, like
belittle?
Yeah, exactly. Dismissive or insulting or belittle them necessarily. But I know the devil is in you. I know the insecurity is in you. It's deep inside you. I know this. And it's only right there. And me adding fuel to the fire is only going to make it worse. So ultimately, I'm saving you from yourself by ignoring your shit. You see what I'm saying? But you got it, Kay.
No, and right there, Miles, and there's the difference. Guys have to recognize, and shout out to Lucario as well. He said years ago, sometimes you have to let a woman sit with her feelings.
Yes, sir.
Right? And there are going to be times, as Miles alluded to, where a woman's insecurities get the better of her, and her mind starts to wander, and she gets a little in her feelings. And as a man, like you said, you have to know when to ignore that sometimes and just let her sit with herself. And like in J. Roman, like if she tripping, girl, you tripping, be quiet. Just like that, girl, you tripping, be quiet, and walk off and let her sit with that for a moment. A lot of guys, when you try to explain yourself, because what it is, you know she's being insecure or vulnerable in that moment because she feels insecure about something, and you're trying to explain it so she'll feel better. Once you do that, you will be a slave to her emotions for the rest of your natural days.
Yeah, you're not
She will
holding me
always
emotionally
require
hostage.
that of you. You said what now?
No, you're not holding me emotionally hostage.
That's what I'm saying.
I will continue to have a great day. But it's so. The thing I laugh and I chuckle because it's so embedded in us as leaders, right? Because our responsibility is who we deem to take care of.
Right.
And so we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to have a great day. We want everything to be okay. Like we want these things to happen. But the factor is that we kind of forget. And even though, like I know Miles always said, they like children and stuff. It's not that you're a child. It's just that under my responsibility, I have to do things for the betterment of the totality of our relationship.
Exactly.
Not just for the moment.
Exactly.
And so the moment I can make you feel comfortable and feel cool and answer all these questions, but really, it really don't though. See, that's the thing. It really don't, because if it did, you wouldn't have multiple questions. You wouldn't continue to ask me a whole bunch of things. It wouldn't be on every time this happens, you have 20, 30 questions.
Right.
Because I'm not making you feel comfortable. I'm just answering these questions. And it's not connecting to you that I don't have to ask them that many questions because I know nothing's going on. Right. So for the betterment of this relationship, I have to be a leader. And as a leader, you don't do things for one person. You don't do things just for one person. You do things for the totality of the whole
collective,
the relationship, the collective of the whole thing. And so in this moment, I have to be the leader and say, I'm not answering all those questions. I told you what I just did. That's that.
That's that.
And let you sit and go and ponder that. Now, if you don't like that answer or that response, then hey, maybe you might want to be with somebody that's going to answer a whole bunch of questions. But really, you don't want to be with that person because you would run that person over and it don't make you feel good and don't make you feel secure. Exactly. So my thing is that as men, you got to understand, if you have this style of relationship, and I'm going to say that because some of y'all like to be in the cuddled position. If you have this style of relationship, you have to do things with the thought in mind that I'm not trying to please everybody. I'm just trying to please our relationship so it can continue to learn and grow.
Right. Exactly.
There you go. Yep. Let me say this, and this is an unpopular truth. And Juliana, I know she's in the chat. There's actually a parallel between the behavior of women and children. I'm not saying that women and children. Let me express what I mean.
They call us daddy. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, there's definitely a parallel between the behavior of women and children. Let me give you an example. What do both women and children always want? Attention.
Yes, sir.
What else do they want? They want to be the center of it. To be the center of what? Attention.
Mm-hmm.
What else do they want? They want to be spoiled.
Yep.
There's a parallel between women and children. I'm sorry, there is.
Without working.
Yeah, exactly.
Without earning shit, they just want shit. You know what? Boom, right there. You know what it is? And I'm glad you said that. Kids want shit on the strength of, don't you love me? I'm your child. Women want shit on the strength of, don't you love me? I'm your lady.
I'm your lady.
Just and that right there. That's the diabolical thing. They're using your own feelings against you. Right?
Yep. Yeah. See, and that's the thing though. A lot of guys get caught up because they want to be solid dudes for their relationship.
Nigga.
But you got to understand, being solid is saying no.
Yeah.
Being solid is saying, hey, sit down, relax, I got this. Being solid is for the betterment of the whole relationship and not just to make that one person there feel cool. And sometimes you got to teach them that. Like, hey, just like when you say, hey, we ain't gonna be talking to each other like this. That's for the betterment of the relationship.
Right.
Because yes, at one moment I could get Brody and scream and break everything in this house. And you know why? Because I know how much everything costs because I bought it. But still, I can break everything in this house. But at the same time, that ain't, what is that doing for our relationship? We ain't working through nothing. We ain't talking about nothing. We ain't doing so. No, we're not gonna talk to each other like this. We're not gonna behave in this manner. Do you think at that moment sometimes I want to just get Brody? Like, I'm a male. I got the Brodiness in me.
Facts.
I that's why that punching bag is down there getting stomped on, right? But at the same time, for the betterment of this relationship, we think 4 or 5 steps ahead. At least we should be.
We should be. Yeah.
Just like every man in their relationship should be 5 years ahead, 6 years ahead.
Oh, facts. This is facts. This is actually facts.
You know,
always
so
be thinking ahead.
Always thinking ahead. So, you know, that's even in your relationship. So,
yo, insecurity is quicksand, bro. Insecurity is quicksand. The more you try to move to get out, the lower you sink. It's really bad.
Yep. And I've said this to women. An insecure woman is a burdensome woman.
Yes, sir.
You're a burden to a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, right? And I'll tell a chick that to her fucking face. You're a burden. I got to get rid of you, right? And this is why masculine presence and masculine men who are very confident and secure is important, because we balance the insecurity in women out. Okay? I need you guys to understand that when you are a secure, this is why women say confidence is a sexy trait, because even if women don't realize it consciously, subconsciously, when they're dealing with a man they're actually attracted to who is very secure and confident within himself, they feel a little more at ease.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is just facts, right? This is why when they deal with guys who are insecure or guys who lack confidence, they see themselves. They see themselves. And they know that their own emotions can be burdensome to a nigga. Yep. So when they see a guy who's more insecure than they are, they're like, here comes a burdensome nigga. Right? They see you coming because they know they can be a burden. Right? So just understand that. Yeah, I got it.
But it takes a man with some strength, right? Because as you build, you know, they could either help the build or hinder the build.
Mm.
And I don't think a lot of ladies really understand how much they have hindered the build. And so they may not like what is being built, but they don't realize you've been hindering the build. You didn't let them build or add to support of the building. You hindered the build, and now we're complaining about what is built. Well, you have influenced him to the point where his building blueprint has changed. And that's the part where, as men, you have to be strong enough, stable enough, mental enough to understand that, hey, you can't hinder what is being built. You have to exit if you start to hinder what is being built. So,
there you go.
And not be insecure to say that, like, hey, it's time. We've run our course.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
So again, what are we talking about, gentlemen? Female insecurity is showing up in modern dating. Men need to see it. And again, it's not to denigrate women or talk shit about women. It's to point out to you guys that it's a travesty that y'all are more insecure than the most insecure creature God ever created. How y'all beat that? How y'all beat God? How y'all more insecure than women? I'm saying it's ridiculous, right? And that insecurity is impacting the dating scene, period. You can't get around it, right? It's male and female insecurity, but male insecurity is even worse simply because women are looking for guidance. They're looking for leadership. They're looking for a sense of direction. They're looking for a compass, right? An insecure woman cannot get direction from an insecure man. It's impossible, right? When we talk about, and I subscribe to, the yin and yang theory, right? Or yin and yang, or yin and yang, however you want to say it, right? And again, women represent the dark and they represent chaos. That's what the feminine energy represents, dark and chaos, right? The masculine energy is supposed to represent light and order. Light and order. So a man is supposed to bring order to a woman's chaotic life, right? So, and part of the reason why women are chaotic is the fact because they are insecure, right? But if you're insecure as well, like she is, you're bringing chaos to chaos. And all those toxic relationships, that's exactly what's going on. Chaos to chaos.
You know what's crazy? You mentioned, how you gonna be more insecure than God, and but if you look at Adam and Eve, his insecurities to leave that woman alone, he didn't have enough trust. He was insecure to be like, hey God, this one didn't work out. Where the next one? I got more ribs.
Facts.
Right? He did. Hey, but he was like, oh man, I don't want to leave this one. Like, Jesus, man. She cool. Man, I wish you didn't eat from that tree, but dang. Well, all right. Well, let me go on and eat from it too, because I don't want to separate us. I don't want to be, so her insecurities about missing out and wanting to be more godlike and all sorts of stuff. Now he eat from the tree because he didn't want to leave her. Not realizing I got tons of ribs in here. I got a lot to spare.
We've been fucking since the beginning of time, nigga. God,
Scary Perry, I'm glad you said that, because he says 2 chaos don't make peace. Because you got this dumbass saying about people bringing people peace. Let me quell that goofy shit. A woman can't bring you peace. How can an insecure creature bring you peace? How dare you ask that of her? You know what I'm saying? You want her to bring you peace? No. Guys, you create peace in your life. You make sure there's order in your life, devoid of any chaos. And all you do is only allow women who don't disrupt that peace you've created. You don't need her to bring a goddamn thing, right? Actually, she need to bring a listening ear. She need to bring that, right? Because if you don't know how to listen, then she in the wrong place. But beyond that, a woman can't bring, an insecure woman bring a man peace? Stop it. Stop
Hey, Zach, I'm gonna let you know. There's a lot of guys out there that are gonna disagree with this because they have met some women that are encouraging, that are supporting, that are all that's got them running through a wall. But they don't understand, even if that does happen, you have never been in the leader position of that relationship.
right.
You are influenced and you are tied to her emotions, period. Now, even though she uses that to build you up, if she leave, then there's a drop off if you haven't built yourself up. And that's the thing. You got to stand on your own. And it's a lot of times, because I ain't saying there's no woman that ain't like that. I've met a woman, man, dude, the way she rubbed my back made me feel good. I ain't gonna lie. The way she talked and rubbed, you never have a woman rub your back and then put the fingernails on your neck all the way to the skull and kind of bring it back down and, be talking to you.
Like you dirty bitch. You know what you're doing. You know
I was just thinking the other day.
Stop it.
Yeah, it was so nice to have you around. You like, yeah, baby, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of women out there, what I'm saying? Now, some of these newer women that don't know how to use their femininity, but there's a lot of women out there that do. And they got you feeling like, yo, and I ain't saying there's anything wrong with that, but as a man, if you don't have that in yourself already, that's where you see that when things go awry, how you are held emotionally hostage. You don't know what to do. Like, I don't like what I hear dudes like, man, I don't know what to do without her. Like, what? What are you? What? And on top of that, the dark side of that is there's a lot of dudes out there that women leave, they take their own life.
I don't.
How you got to be mentally strong. You got to have your own support. You got to have your own, like, don't fall into that trap. And it's not because you don't understand how it feels good to have her rub your back and encourage you and none of that stuff. Yeah, brothers, that feels good. But at the same time, you got to be mentally strong on your own and make yourself feel good on your own, have your own direction. Because if she ever takes that away, you can't sit back and be like, oh man, I don't know what to do now, man. I'm trying to get her back, man. How can I get my girl back?
I don't. Bro, leave that disrespectful bitch where she at. Bro, I remember years ago, I think I was 14. I want to say I was about 14 years old. And I remember there was this couple, this cute little couple. I'm like, they're a cute little couple. They was always together, right? Boom, boom, boom. One day I go into the boys' bathroom. This motherfucker is laying on the bathroom floor, curled up in the fetal position, crying. And And I'm thinking someone died or something, right? Because my father was in the military. We were all, military kids. So I'm thinking maybe someone called him down to the office and told him that, your dad died or something.
Gone.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he crying over a death in the family or something. And I'm like, man, what's up? Because he laying on a bathroom floor. We know we'll be having pissing contests by the urinal.
Dirty, disgusting.
We know how dirty and nasty it is. So he laying on the floor in the fetal position, just crying, right? And I'm like, man, what's up? And he tell me she left me. Bro, I was 14. I kid you not. I made a pact with myself. I looked up to the heavens and I said, Lord, don't let this, I don't want this to ever be me. This can't never be
Ever.
me. This can't ever be me. And I remember people used to always say, oh, Kerry, just wait until you fall in love. And I'm like, nigga, I'm still waiting because I don't feel that. I ain't never felt that when a chick want to leave, bro. My thing is this. When a woman want to leave, I always look at it as a chapter closing and a new one opening. That's how I always look at it.
Facts.
Period. Because here's the thing about a woman leaving. I want guys to understand something. And this is strictly for men who are used to dealing with women on their terms. Strictly for niggas like us. When you're used to dealing with a woman strictly on your terms, when she starts to give you ultimatums and she wants to leave, what you have realized at that juncture is you no longer have influence.
Facts.
And once you lose, and not control, influence. Once you no longer have influence, you gotta let the bitch go.
Then it makes you question if you ever had it.
If you ever had it, yeah.
Yo, can you see the like counter or the subscription counter or something? Because I ain't always been like this. So, before I tell my story, we're gonna have to get a little more likes. But I ain't always been like that. And I always keep it 100. I keep it funky with the group, but this one I embarrass myself.
Yeah.
Right. I embarrass myself. So, let me know if people they'll click the like button or the subscribe button or something has changed.
Yeah.
Before I tell the story. But 100%, Zach, I seen a dude. I never forget this dude had both his hands on his head and he wasn't in the fetal position, but he was just cursing at himself. Oh man, I can't believe I done fucked up and did this. Da, da, da. I mean, he was just beating himself down to the point you would even ask yourself, why would she even want you, dog?
Yeah.
Like, are you listening to your own self? Like, it seems like she did you a favor to go work on yourself if this is how you consider yourself.
Yeah.
He can't say nothing positive about himself. I'm just like, dog. I like you, Zach. I was like, man, I can't be this. I can't. Never be this.
Over a woman, though? A female?
Yeah.
And guys, look, I understand some of you guys are married. You love your wives. I'm not, guys, real quick. I'm not saying that if the relationship didn't work out, you're not going to feel something, that your little heart muscle won't hit a little palpitation. I'm not saying that won't happen to you. But what I am saying, though, for you to be sitting there with snot bubbles and crying and crying uncontrollably and you're not eating, because I had a family member do that, where the nigga wasn't eating. He was sitting in the dark all day, and I'm like,
he wasn't eating his own necessity.
No, he was skipping meals.
Was he double breath?
I'm like, nigga, you lost your appetite, nigga?
He hit the double breath on you.
I'm like, this shit is wild that y'all go through these physiological changes behind a woman saying, I don't want you no more. Like, it's crazy.
Yo,
bro, go get another one. Go get you another one. They out there, I promise.
Hey, get the likes up, but go on, Miles, because I'm gonna wait before I tell this story. I'm mad at myself. I am mad. I was so mad at myself.
Guys, call in 844-672-7300 and get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. Where we at on likes, Zach? Because you got the main channel. Or he going half. He's zagging again.
He's zagging out. He's zagging out. See, so I did want to say this too. Like, I know the title, and I know a lot of these skepticism people or people that's always like, well, if you guys are about men, why do you always talk about women? If you see the title here, female insecurity is showing up in modern day dating, Men need to see it.
You need to see it. Yeah.
You need to see it so you understand what you're doing and how you move.
Right.
It ain't about the women. All the lessons that should be taught is about building your own self, right? Which is important. Even my son, I talk to him daily on the stuff, and we go over things, and it's for his age right now. And I encourage fathers, if you got sons, whatever lessons you done learned, start teaching them now. On the truth, on the honest, you don't know how long you're going to be here.
Facts.
When it's early, anything could happen to you. And I don't want the influence of another man that steps in without something that's I said in his head that could question that.
Facts.
That can question exactly what it is.
Real
Just
talk.
like me in 1950, long time ago, we made a pact with each other that if any of us passed, that we would take the sons and raise them up the best way we can, that their mother would allow, to raise them up and say, hey, I know your pops wouldn't have did this. I know your pops don't move like this. I know your pops, and not like how I would move, because me in 1950 is different, right? But just the way your pops would move, let me give you that information.
Reinforce it, because I know your pops.
Right. Exactly. I know your pops, and this is how he would move.
Exactly.
I might move a little different. You know, we coordinate, not coordinate, but we see eye to eye on a lot of stuff, but there's stuff we don't see eye to eye on.
Right.
So let me give you what your pops would say at this moment, and not with me. We made that pact with each other. And that's the thing, is that don't wait till your son gets 20 something to try to teach him the game. You can't wait that long. He has to see it when he's younger, the little pieces, the pieces that you give him, so he understands, hey, I need to be strong at this moment. I need to be built like this at this moment. Just like I always tell him, like, maturity plays a factor in relationships, right? I don't encourage my son to get no boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. Y'all ain't mature enough for that. But I'ma still teach you the things.
Give him the game on, just in case he make that decision.
Right.
At least he got the info
on the thing. So, you know, for all the spectators that's kind of looking around and is skeptical, why they always talk about, you know, it's because it always ties back to the leader. It always does, because what's that saying? Something reflection of the leader, or Miles, I know you because you done said it, like it's a reflection of the leader. Like anything that happens underneath that.
Yeah, anything that the female does is a reflection of the leader. Anything that the follower does is a reflection of the leader. You understand? Right. So yeah, that's facts.
So either you have good leadership traits or bad leadership traits.
Right.
Period. Guys, it's really that simple. Because here's the thing about having good leadership traits. If you have good leadership traits, any woman who don't want to be led, you're going to get rid of her anyway.
Facts.
Right? So she won't be there to disrupt anything. But if you have bad leadership traits, you're going to deal with a woman and you're going to be following her. Jay Roman, you said some real shit about giving kids the game when they're young. So my 6-year-old, right? For those of you, yes, I have a 6-year-old. For those of you who don't know, right? So my little nigga, right? A few months back,
you was in them sweet velvet walls, huh?
Oh, come on. Come on, Zag. Zag, man. Come on. Go back. You got to go out and come back in, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had
tripping?
Yeah, Zag, you got to go back in and got to go out, come back in or whatever.
All right. Let me go ahead and do that, and I'll finish up the story. I'll be back.
Yeah, but guys, go ahead and call in 844-672-7300. It's just $5 to call in, support the show, and get your questions asked. You killing 3 birds with 1 stone, man. Just $5. 844-672-7300. Go ahead and call in, guys. We are here to answer your questions. So just a little donation, make it happen. Yeah, feel me? A little support for the show, make it happen. All right. Go ahead and call in.
See, I find that somebody put on here, who's day official.
Yeah.
Put on here. Sometimes I wish my dad did for me growing up, but it's all good. He did and said what he knew. A lot of times, and this is what we're talking about, influence, right? Insecurities. A lot of times the mother will influence your dad not to teach you some of the game.
Yeah.
Even though she fell for everything your daddy told her. Right? So, which is crazy that you find like ladies that, they raise their sons with these emotional hostage trait, right? To always be attentive to these emotions,
to be attentive to her emotions,
right? When they would not even be attracted to that sort of guy. They wouldn't even be attracted to that sort of guy. And the proof is, look at your dad. For some of y'all who got real dads, like, you know, I ain't talking about, you know, the dad that don't teach you nothing, but the dad that actually is like, yo, this is what it is. So
the active father, the participant.
Right. It's like, you know, don't teach him that don't say that about women. Don't oh, well, I ain't gonna teach you that, son. I ain't gonna tell you this and to tell you that. Like, no. Tell him the real. Tell him the real.
Yeah.
At age appropriate. You know, I ain't teaching my son at age 6 how to.
Middle school. My oldest son, when he was like 11, I was showing him pictures of what it looked like when you don't strap up. Very graphic pictures. Like, hey, look at this shit. He was 11. He was traumatized, but he needed to be. But here's the thing. Let me get to my point about these young men, right? And about giving these young men a game and how early it actually starts. Okay, back to my 6-year-old. So back during the wintertime, I was wearing this all black shit. And he said to me, Dad, you look cool, right? That's what he said to me, right? And at the time, I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, all right, whatever, right? You think the dad look cool, right? Whatever. And I didn't think nothing of it. Fast forward about a week ago or so. He's sitting in the crib, he playing Xbox, and we talking about something. And I'm telling him school's about to start again. And then he says this to me, I just want to be cool, Dad. And then it hit me. I went back in time to when he said that about the outfit that I had on. And then I'm looking at what he's saying now, and I'm like, you're worried about how people perceive you. At six, you're worried about this shit. Yeah. So I sit him down, turn off the game for a second. I said, look, so I'm schooling him, right? And I'm telling him, I said, you're cool because you're you. So I tell him, you know, Caleb, Kai, Lee, Randolph, you're cool because you're this person. Mm-hmm. Right? You're cool just on the strength of who you are. Be proud of your name. You don't need someone to tell you that you're cool. You don't need to put on a cool outfit and have someone say you look cool in that outfit. Okay, you're cool just how you are. So I'm trying to reinforce that, because what I don't want is him to be out there in the world and be worried about other people's opinion as whether or not he look cool or not.
Right. Yeah. I had to do the same thing with mine, and you know, it's that balance, right? Because you want them to come outside looking presentable.
Yeah,
you're like, hey, man,
can't be out here because you're representing your pops at the same time.
I do want them looking fresh though. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah,
you ain't got nothing matching on, son. Come on now, come on, man. Like, you know, put some lotion on, man. Look at the corner of your mouth. So, like, you know, you want to come out looking presentable, but you want them to I don't give two rats whatever about what somebody got to say about me, because this is how I feel about myself. Right. And that's the thing. Like, you gotta take those moments and pause when you hear them and say, hey, hold on. Let me give you this little tidbit of stuff. And that's that building block that helps, that you don't have to start from zero. You can start adding stuff. Hey, son, remember how I taught you this? Okay, let me show you this. Okay, son, you know, we're going to talk about this right here and go from there. And I think as fathers, you got to take those moments. You got to take the moments to get off the phone, especially you single dads, man. Stop swiping. Stop texting that chick. Stop doing those moments. Sometimes we survive our children time and not really invest in the time that we have with them to do things with them. And I find, like, especially single dads, man, like sometimes, you know, because we got that limited amount of time and we're trying to take care of a lot of stuff, we don't take the time to actually spend time with your kids. You survive them. You get them something to eat. You know, you might help them with their homework, put them to bed. Okay, now I got my time to do whatever. And it's like, what have you taught your son outside of school today? What have you taught your daughter outside of, you know,
have you had a real conversation with them? Like real conversation with your child? Yeah.
Are you reinforcing, like, hey, you could talk to me about anything. You know, you could say anything to me and stuff like that. So, you know, we got to take those moments when we got them, because you don't know how long you're going to be here. And that's just fact of life.
Right.
You can have a car accident and not be here, and he remembers nothing you taught him at the age of 10. Mm-hmm. He just know, hey, Dad loved me, but he didn't teach me anything. And now you got this goofball that his mother is with talking about happy wife, happy life stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Hey, young blood, happy wife, happy life is cheaper to keep her.
And that's it right there. Like even teaching your sons to be proud men so they don't be a burden on a woman. Yeah. You don't want your sons being a burden on a woman because they're insecure and they're looking for validation the whole time. And this I want guys to understand. And again, going back to my 6-year-old, he is very aware. Like he'll say shit like, "Yeah, Dad, I don't like when people tell me stuff and they don't keep their promises." Like now, I've never done that to him, but other adults in his life, ain't naming nobody. I'm just saying that he remembers, and he was like, "Yeah, Dad, I don't like that." And one time they even pinky swear at Dad and still didn't keep their promise. So he's 6, and I'm like, "How did that make you feel?" Miles, how did that make you feel? And he said, "Angry."
Yeah, nigga. Hey.
I'm telling you, hey, Zach, it be those moments.
Yo, you do not renege on a pinky swear, nigga.
No, that was a kid. No, they will remember that for life. They don't.
Nigga, a pinky, bro. You would never have that child's trust ever. A pinky swear, nigga.
Exactly.
Bro, hey. Tell you something. When you casually say some shit to a kid, just casually, like, "Hey, you know, maybe later on we go to the park,
bruh."
Maybe later on, them niggas is like, you looking at them like, "Oh, you know, you could take off your clothes, you could put on your house clothes, but why? I thought we were going to the park." You like, "Oh shit, you heard that? You remember that?"
Yep. And in that moment, you sink. You be like, "Oh, I'm so tired, but yeah, let's go. let's go. All right, let's go." And then you try to bargain with them. Hey, when you're at the park,
how about we do this instead of that?
You guys want some ice cream?
You try to negotiate with their little ass.
You know, we only was at the park for a little bit. Oh, but hey, this is where we're gonna get some ice cream. You want that? Like, but you know what's so crazy is that, yeah, kids are so legit, right? They're so on point. As years get older, they learn how to BS, but they don't BS when they're younger. You said that yesterday, Dad. You said that yesterday, Dad. You said we was going to do this, do that.
I keep on
in those moments. It should make you be a better father and be like, "Yeah, you're right. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's be a man of the word." Because I've been teaching you how to be a man of your word. I keep telling you, you should be a man of your word. Let's do that. And sometimes you have those moments where, you know, tiredness of work and tiredness of whatever the situation kicks in. But hey, you got to get up and do it. Because if you're going to say, "I want to teach you how to be a leader and a man of your word," you got to live it for them to see it.
Yeah,
right there. Man of your word. And that's why, bro, there's been times I told my son, "We're going to do this, we're going to do that." But when it got right around that time, I ain't want to do that shit. But then he's looking at me. He'll literally pick up my shoes and put my shoes right by me. "Finish getting dressed, Dad." It's time to go, nigga.
It's time to go.
But that's one thing. So even when and I know Miles, you and L talk about it. When you tell women you're gonna do something, even when you don't want to do it, you do it anyway.
Yeah.
Right. You be a man of your word. So even when I don't want to do it, like when I took him to Six Flags and I was sweating like a motherfucker, bro, that was horrible. It was a horrible experience. He had fun. He was smiles, showing teeth the whole day. Bro, I'm old as fuck. I'm going through it. I look more like his grandfather than his father, right? So
I know those moments, man. I know them.
But I was going through it, bro. It was like, goddamn. But I kept my word, though. That's the most important thing.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I just tell the, "Hey, you know, sometimes, nah, we ain't going there, son. Your dad don't want to do that." I had to say that. We got to do something else. We got to do something else, son. Just like, let me be honest with you.
Yeah.
This ain't in me at all.
Hey, the only time
so if you got hopes to do this,
if it start raining, we ain't going nowhere. Like that. No, we ain't going nowhere. That's the wrap.
Hey, we was at the amusement park the other day, and they got this big ass roller coaster there, like one of the biggest in the Northeast or whatever the fuck, some shit. And I said to my nephew, I said, what if I let you go on the thing by yourself? The nigga looked at me. He said, "Somebody's scared."
You like, "Oh, you little motherfucker."
Hey, but you got to teach honesty too. Like, hey,
no,
you gotta teach
that
honesty.
was some manipulation. That was clever for him because he basically called out your ego and your manhood.
Yeah,
like why you scared, nigga? Right?
Did you go on the ride? Hey, did you go?
Hell yeah, I went on the fucking. Check this out. The ride, we went on the ride, and then you know how like if nobody's in your row that you're seated in, they tell you could just sit there and go back on a ride. And I didn't really want to go. I looked at him. I said, you want to ride again? And sure enough, he was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And he didn't say hell, but he said, yeah, let's do it. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, my 45-year-old organs is being moved around right now. I did not want it. So I said, fuck it. So we went right back up the fucking ramp to oblivion. And I'm just like, yo, I'm getting too old for this shit.
I be loving those roller coasters, man. I can't wait. Let's go. But you're right. I only need to ride it once, though. Hey. That's it.
We did both the biggest coasters twice. Fucking crazy.
How fast do I need to go? Okay, this is it. This is what them lights look like right now.
We was at 60 before. What the lights look like, Kay?
We was at 60. I can't see it on my end, and I don't want to fuck with nothing because I'm lagging over here.
Well, just one of the
give me 1 second. Yeah. If
one of the viewers,
I can see how many likes we got on Kay Zagin's channel, please.
Yeah.
If one of the moderators can just put in the likes, Juliana, Scary Perry, Who They Official. If y'all can throw that up there, 64. We're at 64.
64. Okay.
He said 62. Is it 64 or 62? Like which one? Because they could be talking about your channel too.
Oh, nah. They ain't talking about my channel. Most of them is watching your channel.
Yeah.
So guys, again, what are we talking about? Female insecurity showing up in modern dating. Men need to see it. And again, it's not to, denigrate women or talk shit to women. It's to really point out why your behaviors are paramount. Why it's important that you're steadfast in how you conduct yourself, right? Because of this, right? And women will make decisions and choices based on their insecurities, based on the fact that they might have low self-esteem, based on the fact that they might not be self-assured, right? Right? Because women, you got to remember, women are concerned about just being fucked and chucked when it comes to certain men. Women are concerned when they're catching feelings for certain men. They're concerned with being discarded by that man. Okay, these are things that women are concerned about. So sometimes these things manifest themselves in how women interact with y'all guys, right? But and here's the key though, when you're dealing with women strictly on your terms, you can sidestep all of this shit. Now, you're still going to run into women who show you bouts of insecurity and all that other shit. Right. But bottom line is, if you're moving on your own accord, then a woman's insecurities should not impact what you've built, is what I'm saying. But we do have a question, gentlemen. Let me go ahead and snatch it up. And guys, we're about to be up out of here in about 30 minutes or so. So go ahead and get your calls in, 1-844-672-7300. Also, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat, followed by your question, like so. So he says, would it be appropriate to say be comfortable in the uncomfortable? Well, I wouldn't even say about necessarily being comfortable in the uncomfortable. Is as a man, you're always moving.
Right.
You don't have time to sit on your laurels and just chill. You don't have. Now, once you retire, maybe.
Oh, exactly. All right. Well, we're up to 76 likes, J Roman. So I don't know at what point you want to try to tell you. At what point you want to do your story? I'll
do it now. Whoever that's gonna be the last caller, because there's always the last caller that want to call in late. So I'll do it before that. But I think Zag was kind of getting at the fact that for me, this question is situational.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we should always be striving to improve. So if we're in an uncomfortable state, we should be comfortable in understanding what state it is and that we're always trying to do better and be better. So it's like a non-and-void question. You are comfortable with the uncomfortable, I would think, because you're going to challenge yourself. So I'm learning finances. I realize I'm a little more ignorant in finances than I thought. So I'm learning how and what to do with these, equities and all sorts of different stuff and trust and things like that. I have a road to do with that. Not very comfortable with that. Always been a saver. So I save a lot of money, but that money's not working for myself. So now I'm starting to learn how to make the money work for myself a little bit more. Not a zone I'm really comfortable with, because I always prepare for the rainy day. Throughout the history of life, there's been some rainy days that hit me. And so now, rainy day hit me, I'd be like, here, stop guard, hurricane come, hurricane, avoid it. But as that money sits, it's not doing nothing for me. It's not making money. And there's so many people that say, hey, if you do this and do this, not only will you help your future out, but you help the future of your children and legacies and all sorts of stuff and things like that. And that's something that I was never taught, and a little bit uncomfortable, because I like having that rainy day, bucket.
Right.
But, I'm going to tackle it and strive and, make it comfortable for me. So I think no matter what the situation is, we should always be striving to be balanced and striving to be better. So if that's what you're referring to, then yeah, I would agree with the statement. If you're referring to being in an uncomfortable situation with a chick and you just gonna be comfortable, try to make it comfortable for you, then no, I don't agree about that. Get rid of the chick.
Well, there you go. But also there should be goal setting. Like you said earlier, Jay, as a man, you should have like a 5-year plan. Right. And I always believe you should have like a 12-month plan, 5-year plan. You should always have a plan, and you should always, what's the next step? What's next for me? There should always be something next. When we talk about, manhood as a skill set, you will never master manhood as a man. You will never master it. But you should spend the rest of your days on this earth trying to get better, right? As they say, you should be better now than you were yesterday. Tomorrow, you should be better tomorrow than you are today, right? As a man. So when you say, is it appropriate to say comfortable in the uncomfortable? Like Jilliana said, if you're comfortable in the uncomfortable, you're too comfortable. you should, like, even when it comes to money, why do you think billionaires keep going? They're not comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're not, because here's the thing. If you, and of course, I'm not a millionaire, but millionaires will tell you, I'm talking about mega millionaires, 60, 70, 80. Most of them have lost fortunes and got it back.
Right.
And then they lost fortunes and got it back. So they know, if I got 60 million, I'm not good. Now, for us, we would be good, but for them, because they live life in such high stakes, they're not comfortable with 60. They need $1 billion.
And plus, it's not about the money.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's not about the money. I keep telling guys, the winning is in the practice. The winning is not in the outcome. You understand? So just like how we talk about dudes who, who know how to talk to women, and dudes who know how to attract women and whatever, it's not about all the women that said yes. It's about the skill of talking, interacting, flirting, whatever. So with the guys that, the billionaires, the reason why they keep going is because it's not about the money. Because trust me, any of them, any 100, even multi-millionaire, any of them could take about 10 million, put it into an annuity, and just live off the interest.
Yep.
The rest of their life and be perfectly fine, be perfectly okay. Any of them could do that. But it's not about that. At this point, it's about, okay, because it was always about the journey to get to the 10 million. And that's what I love. The money is a byproduct. And yes, I can buy shit and I can have expensive steaks and wear, $10,000 suits and all that shit. I can do all that. And it's great. But what really interests me is the skill and buying and selling companies, and buy a company that's tanking, figure out how to rework it, revamp it, and then turn it into a fucking successful $1 billion company, and then sell that shit and then do it again. You understand? That's what life as a man is really about. A lot of you motherfuckers, not anybody in the chat, and not avid listeners of this show. But when I say a lot of the motherfuckers, a lot of average males with no game, they're going into everything for just the temporary reward. Mm-hmm. You understand? A lot of you are working Monday through Friday just for that fucking paycheck. Right? A lot of you are you practice something just so you can score 10 points in the next game. A lot of you are talking to this girl just because you hope she likes you. But the people that are really great and the people that are really successful, they do things because they love the game. They do things because they love the craft. They do things because the journey is everything. A lot of you motherfuckers is just waiting for the destination. And once you reach the destination, you fold, you pack it all up, and you turn into a little complacent, comfortable, bitch ass nigga. You understand? The people that are truly great, they continue with the craft regardless. You understand? So that's why the players and the guys with game, and even the men who are in, a successful marriage or relationship, the reason why they're good at what they do is because they never pack it up. They're always learning the next level of craft to be the better husband, right? To understand how to deal with that woman the way she needs to be dealt with. So because you said it, I think you said it earlier, Jay, where it's the man who is doing what he needs to do to keep things together. That's the craft. It's not making my wife happy just today so she can suck my dick tonight. It's about understanding the craft to make sure we continue a successful marriage, to make sure we continue this legacy for our children, to make sure we continue this legacy so we can leave something for our family, the house, the wealth, the whatever it is. It's about the journey is everything. Right, most males, are only waiting for the destination, and that is only temporary reward. You understand? But once you get there, what now? No, it was always about the journey.
Well, and even with dealing with women, whether you have sex with them or not, it's a journey. Guys, when you deal with women in every type of capacity you could think about, whether you're having sex with them, whether you're dating them seriously, married, having children, side dude, whatever, right? You learn a lot about yourself.
Facts.
A lot about yourself. You learn a lot about your boundaries as far as what pushes you when it comes to your emotions, what can send you close to the edge, what can send you over the edge, what you like, what you don't like. You learn a lot about yourself. The problem with the average guy is y'all are not taking the time out to really absorb those lessons and actually learn them and then apply what you've learned along the way. That's why, and shout out to Rekka. That's why he keeps bumping his head, right? Because he keeps doing the same shit, and he's not paying attention to the lessons, right? And to your point, Miles, a lot of guys, they think the goal is pussy.
Right.
They think the goal is pussy. No. Pussy is just something enjoyable along the way to the goal. It's just something along the way. It's kind of like if you're running a marathon and you're running by a tent with some water. The race still got to be finished. You're just stopping to get something refreshing along the way, but you still are on your journey. You don't stop. Exactly. Guys think once they meet a bitch, it stops.
Mm-hmm.
Or once they bust a nut, it stops. No, bro. Miles, when you was talking earlier, the one word that came to mind was purpose. Mm-hmm. A man who has a purpose, right? Even when we talk about what we're doing, mentorship, spitting this game, we have a purpose that's bigger than ourselves.
Facts.
And I need guys to understand that. Most people in life, they don't have a purpose that's bigger than them. That's why they're always looking for shit in other people. But
Mm.
when you create a purpose for yourself that's bigger than you, you're not looking for anything. You're providing a service to people instead of looking for shit.
Facts.
There's a difference. Yeah, I got it.
One of my favorite quotes was from Michael Jordan. I'm a Scottie Pippen fan, but Michael Jordan, he had this quote where he said, "I failed over and over and over again, and that's why I succeed."
Exactly.
And he listed like 900 and something times he missed the winning shot, and
Exactly.
36 times he lost the ball, and it was those things that drove him to understand like there was a growth in the failure that he learned from, and that's why he succeeded. And I think, you know, like you were saying, that journey is not unscathed. Like everything is not going to be perfect. Everything is not going to go your way, but you learn from it, and it's going to make you better because each step that you do next is you're doing it for the better, and you're learning from it. Exactly. And that's the thing is when we sit back and we complain and we have no accountability over ourselves, and we act like we're where we're at on somebody else's own accord, that's where we don't learn. He didn't say, you know, I fell because people are taking the ball from me, or I fell because, you know, something else is happening outside of my means. No, I failed over and over again. That is why I succeed. And I think when you take accountability for your actions and you realize where you're at, it's because of the choices you made and the things you have or have not done, then you're really learning to be better and move on.
Right. You know, and you know, you used Michael Jordan as an example. I want y'all to understand, like, Michael Jordan is a part owner of a NASCAR team that just won NASCAR the other day.
Yeah.
Jordan, his purpose is winning. Not
there you go. That's his purpose. Winning.
Not baseball. Yeah. Because that's what cats don't understand about purpose. It goes past the bullshit that you think. You think when he won 6 rings in the NBA, that was it? The motherfuckers, he's winning in the shoe game. He still sells his sneakers are still the most popular basketball shoes.
It will always be. Nobody's ever gonna eclipse Jordan. It ain't
re-release. How many fucking times he re-release? Huh?
The same shoe.
The same fucking shoe. And he's winning in NASCAR. And he's continuing to win. Bro, they did the interview they did with him the other day. Behind him was some fucking type of car, some type of Bugatti or some shit. But of course they blurred it out because you weren't really supposed to see it. But imagine somebody comes to your house to do an interview and just looking in a certain direction of your house looks like art. Looks enough like art where they could just set the camera up anywhere in your fucking house. That's greatness, nigga. Y'all niggas, a lot of niggas is trying to get rich just so they could buy that one car. No, I'm getting rich so you could come to my house and do the interview any fucking where you want. My whole life is a movie. That's my purpose, to win at everything I do, regardless.
What's so crazy though?
Yo, I'm telling you, it's crazy.
What's so crazy though? It was on, I believe it was on Instagram. They were taking different people, like the actor that was in Top Gun, the last one. He was an actor since he was 16. He never had a hit role. And finally he got one. You know, it was just going over different individuals in this world that you would look at and you would think that they always were winning, but they were not winning. They were not winning until the very end right now of where they're at. And it's because they just didn't give up and they learned from everything ahead of it. So, you know, no matter what it is in life, always learn and grow. Always learn and grow.
Always.
Yeah, I seen that. I actually wrote it down.
So let's talk about it. Zay Roman, if you have a chance, take a look into can it be very helpful? Okay, cool.
Whole life insurance. Yeah.
I thought it was a question and shit. Okay, so let's
No.
Look real quick. I just want to show y'all what I'm talking about real quick. Google search, boom. Let me can y'all see that? Put it up real quick. Look, this is the interview. Look, I don't know what kind of car that is, but that's a real car behind him while they doing the fucking interview. You hear me?
Yep. See, and any, like you say, in any place he sit is gonna be a dope shot.
Any place you sit in my fucking house, bro.
Like, you can go to the bathroom, nigga. There's gonna be some 24K. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere, nigga. Anywhere. Pick a spot. It's gonna be a dope shot.
Nigga, don't play with Jordan, bro. His purpose is winning. Fuck out of here.
And to your point, Miles, about Jordan's purpose being winning is bigger than him.
Facts.
But not only that, think about what he does. He builds a team and they win together.
Facts.
He creates, he fosters the environment for people to win.
Exactly. And believe it or not, that's true game, especially when you're the type of man that can create a winning family for real.
Yeah, go ahead, Mouse. Go ahead.
No, that's it. You good? Winning family.
No, just off of what you're saying though, like even Shaq. Shaq's one of my favorite players, and his portfolio is ridiculous.
Yes, sir.
Of different things that he invested in.
Mm-hmm.
But he will tell you all the failures that he invested in too.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that important? And that we talk about the failing of it. One, it's because you should be learning from the failures. But two, that means they were still taking the shot. Right. So you can't just give up off of one bad incident. Oh, she didn't like me. Oh, this has happened. Oh, this is like, no. We still rolling.
240. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Shit. You know, I got to call back. I got to send K-Zag and something.
Okay. All right. No problem. Appreciate it. Yeah. My bad. Jerome.
No. We can go with the caller, but I'm just saying, like, the reason we talk about the failures is because they didn't quit making the shot. They didn't quit taking the chance. And that's the thing. You can't have one bad incident and be like, oh, no girls like me. You ain't talking to every girl in the world. You ain't, that ain't the case. So,
and that's the bullshit when you're only outcome dependent. That's the bullshit when you don't realize that the journey is the important thing. You understand? They only do things for some type of reward, for some type of outcome. That's not what it's about, because the outcome is you. That's the true outcome. How did you learn? How did you grow? What did you evolve into over the course of all the practice and all the experiences that you had the privilege to experience through this journey? That you are the fucking outcome. Not some chick saying yes to you, not your paycheck, not the money, not the ball going through the net. You know what I'm saying?
We keep them on hold for just a moment when you bring them on. I want to
hold on 1 second. Don't go nowhere. Don't hang up. All right, we got you.
Yeah. Real quick, I just want to say this because Miles, you said something that made me think of something, and I want guys to think about this. All you guys listening right now, when was the last time you looked in the mirror and said, "I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the man I'm becoming. I'm proud of what I just accomplished. That shit was a hard road, but I did it." Yeah, I got it.
Crazy. 240 DC Touchmaster. What up?
What's up, Miles, J. Roman, and Zag? What's up, y'all?
What's going on, brother? Good to hear you.
Oh yeah, I'll tell my story after this.
One of the things I want to say is you guys just said something that's interesting. I just had that revelation, man. At the end is when you realize that, oh shit, I'm doing this. I've done it. I've reached where I wanted to be. But once you get there, it's like, oh shit, there's a whole lot of more over there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm going through right now. I had just put a new entry on my resume.
Mm-hmm.
International consultant and speaker. Next Friday, I'm in Nicaragua for 28 days doing my patent, doing speaking, and it's going around making shit happen.
Nice.
So I'm at 20 years in my career. I'm 65. I'm thinking it's over.
Nice.
And it's not. And all it is like you said, is what I see myself doing. Anyway, who go around speaking? I ain't never been there. My sister lives there. I ain't never been there. But like she said, yo, bro, you got a lot of stuff to do here. A lot of people around here, not saying the whole place, but a lot of people around here are peasants. But you come here, you're going to have a whole lot of stuff to do. Right. I ain't worried about you. I say, yeah, if the bottom drop out of this bitch, if I can't do anything but teach English as a second language, I'm here.
There you go. You
can do that anywhere around the world, man. You don't have to speak their language to teach them English. You go in an ESL class, there's everybody there.
Right.
So, but I'm going down there for my thing, massage, my patent, and other things I'm doing. So, yeah, I'm going to have fun. And there's a lot of people now, see, and this is where the kicker is. This is what I love about me. I'm going there. A lot of people say, oh, I want to go. I said, all right, get a ticket. But I'm going to let you know something. There is no running water where I am.
Okay.
Break, stop right there. You're a convenient American entitled motherfucker. You don't appreciate shit. That's why you cannot go.
First world problems. Yep.
You're right. I wouldn't have been there.
To the jungle to see emus and jaguars. I'm going to do my thing.
Hey, bro. Hey, 55th. Well, when I went to Costa Rica, bro, I purposely chose like a small surfing town away from the tourists. There's a place called Tamarindo where all the tourists. I purposely was away from all of that. I wanted to be like when I would go to the beach, sometimes it was just maybe 5 or 6 people out there surfing.
Yeah.
It wasn't crowded, none of that shit.
Is that you surf?
Nah. Absolutely not.
Right.
But I do swim. I can't swim in the ocean. I can do that.
You was playing spectator then, huh?
Well, I was. They was wearing shoestrings, but I was spectating like a motherfucker. But anyway, I can swim and snorkel and all that shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I got to get in the water, health reasons. My skin thing, August, the shit just start popping up. Getting in that seawater. Last time I was in Barbados, got in that seawater, man. I'm telling you, when you go places, you could appreciate what you have here in the States. All your social justice, super or ultra Negroes talk about shit you don't know about. Go out the country and then come back.
Right. Real talk.
But they down here protesting, and God bless them. But you got some of our folks yelling and screaming about something they do not know the rule about. They don't know the rule. I always learned by my mentor. He said, do A, B, C, and D by the rule. If they don't let you proceed by then, take the rules and knock them upside the head with it. And that's what I've been doing. I got put out a lot of places and wind up hiring a person that put me out.
Wow, there you go. Yeah.
You know, so yeah, people just keep doing what you do. I never would have thought I would have been this far in my career. International speaker, what the fuck?
Congratulations.
Congratulations. See, when you keep going, you see what happens when you keep going? When you don't rest on your laurels and stop, when you keep going, you'll be surprised with things that come your way. And that's another thing, real quick. When you're the kind of guy you keep going, you manifest things. Things just happen to you. Good things happen to you. So just understand that. Go ahead. You got it, homie.
Yeah, and so it's just that, I just want to tell you youngins out there, man, just keep going. It looks crazy. It's people going to tell you no. Take that no and use it. Because I got told no during the pandemic when I first found you. I was in the Carolinas. Everybody was telling me no. I was like, fuck it. I packed my shit up afterwards and came back home. But now, down there, they're like, yo, we need you. No. Y'all got to come to me now and pay an ignorance fee because I gave you a chance. All right, have a good Saturday, y'all.
Shout out to DC Touchmaster, man. Appreciate you, brother. All right.
I'll be in Galveston too, Jilliana. Yeah.
I'm gonna kill the phone lines so Jay Roman could and then we could wrap.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad at myself right now for saying I'm gonna tell this story, but I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna get it on. So a lot of you guys over the time of listening to me or 1950, you heard about this double date that we went on. Right. And I'm not going to go about the double date, but the double date ended, and unbeknownst to both of us, we wasn't cool with that double date at the end of it. So we both broke up with the chicks that we was with at the time. It's not like we made a pact to break up. It's just like, oh yeah, man, I broke up with her. Well, I don't even think 1950 knows this. So I think it's the first time I ever said this. Afterwards, maybe about 2-3 weeks afterwards, I was feeling regretful for doing it. Right? I'll just be honest. I was kind of feeling regretful because this woman was the type of woman, like, yeah, when I talk about back rubs, that shit was real. Like, when I tell you the way you make you feel, she even wrote a book and had me dedicate the book to me and had me in there and all sorts of stuff. Right. So, I was And this is somebody that we known each other for a while, and we always kicked it, but we didn't make anything official till later on. So somebody that's been around, and she's like, all right, cool, we can do this. You know, I wanted this, but after that date, I didn't feel cool, right? So I ended it. Like, nah, I don't feel cool. And what's so cool about me, sometimes I do things and it's the right thing, but then later on, I talk myself out of it, right? I don't know the right thing to do. A lot of times I moved a certain way, not knowing why I moved, but 9 times out of 10, it was the right move. Like 100% of the time, it was the right move. Now that I think about it, it was the right move. So there's times where, you know, something happened, I'd be like, cut it off, bing. And then later on, I'd be like, man, should I react to that quick? And then later on, I'd be like, yeah, dog, you should have. Good thing you did. So a lot of times I was making moves like I had game, but I didn't. It just never sat well with me what was going on. Right. And I reacted to that, you know, but as the years progressed and like, I acted right. Well, on this situation, I wrote a letter. I wrote a letter. I called her I called her and talked to her, and you know.
Oh, you were sweating. You were chasing.
Yeah. I called to talk to her, and you know, we were in talks, and you know, I'm telling her like, hey, look, man, you know, this is why I did what I did. You know, explained it, and you know, she showed me her viewpoint because basically I called her and broke up with her while she was in a limo with all her girlfriends at one of her friends' weddings. She was in the wedding.
That's fucked up, bro. Why would you do that to that poor young woman, bro?
Hey, I'm cutthroat. When it's now, it's now. If I feel it now, I don't play it myself. It's now. Let's get it done with. But it was you know, it was the right thing to do. Right. I'm not saying I did it. I might have did it the wrong way, but it's the right thing to do. But I wrote this letter later on. Right. Real heartfelt letter. I'm talking about. I put all my.
Hopeless romantic.
Oh man, when you rub my back and all the encouragement and all this other stuff, I'm talking about this thing was the most heartfelt letter I ever wrote to somebody. Did it work? No, it didn't work at all.
Oh,
it didn't work. And it shouldn't have worked. And I'm glad it didn't work, right? So now, when I tell you, when people ask the show, you know, like when they call about baddies, how bad was she? She was bad. She was bad, you know, like, you know, but that wasn't the factor. The factor was how she made me feel, right? I was into that. She had a brother feeling I could run through.
She made you feel like a man. She had to feel like a man.
I could run through this wall here, like the rubbing the back and so encouraging. You want to do a business? Okay, let me research this stuff for you. This is how we could do it. Like she's one of those. Like she one of those. But the thing is, she did some stuff that had me question everything, which I should have done. And this is the thing, guys, you gotta trust yourself. Sometimes you make moves, but you second guess and you don't trust yourself. But it was the right move. Yep. Now, I read this letter, and man, do you know how mad at myself I get sometimes? Like, I can't believe I proofread it, check for spelling,
nigga,
everything. Like no, I'm keeping it 100, right? So when I talk, people understand this ain't nothing that, you know, I lived through a lot of this stuff. This is stuff I had to learn. Yeah, like this was, you know, I spent my time in other places before I got to Manville. Right, and I learned. I failed over and over again. This is why I succeed. Right. The thing is, this is one of my failures that I took to the grave. I didn't even tell 1950 this. This is a whole new story for 1950.
If you're listening, Fifth,
you know, he got one. Hey, I know if he hears it, he gonna give you a phone call and be like, nigga, right? So half my crew, you know, is gonna be like, what? I ain't never told him this. But yeah, I man. So I was so mad at this letter, right? And it didn't work. And I got a phone call, you know, and she said, like, yeah, this is when some of y'all know this part. When she said I was the most attentive boyfriend she ever had.
Oh, you mentioned that before. Yeah.
Right. That was a knife, dog. You know how that cut me? And it didn't make me feel good. It made me feel worse.
Mm.
And then and that was the waking up. That was like, God damn it, boy. What the fuck you been doing? Right? I was so mad at myself that I don't know if I cursed her out. No, she said something like, yeah, I think I cursed her out a little bit. And then she's like, my mom really likes you. She'd be disappointed in how you're acting right now. And I was like, fuck your mama too.
Oh,
right? Like I was on that day, right? Like, because, and the thing is, I wasn't mad at her.
He woke up and chose violence. But go ahead, man.
I wasn't mad at her, right? I was just so mad at myself. I vented like that, right? But I was so mad at myself. This letter, I will never show this letter to nobody. I don't think I even have this letter anymore.
Yeah, you don't want to see that. I want to see that.
This would be grave shit. I don't even think I have this letter anymore.
Got it in one of those
I remember I remember the perspective of this letter. I remember everything about this letter. And right now, that's one of my failures that I could look at and learn from and say, oh, yeah, I grew from that. Ain't no way I'll ever be in this place again. Even the good things is emotional hostage.
Yes, sir.
And that's the trap sometimes, is that you can have a woman that makes you feel so fucking good.
It's the good things.
Right? But she can only make you feel good in places and voids that you are not feeling good in the first place.
Right.
So like, don't get me wrong. I've always I'm fresh. Like, I'm fresh to death. But, she made me feel a certain way. That one got me. And so emotionally, I became emotional. And cursing. I became emotional and then all this other stuff, and she never got an apology for that. Damage. I apologize. I know she's not listening to the show, but I apologize. I was emotional at the time.
Emotional damage.
And fuck your mama too.
And fuck your mama too, right? And I ain't no cursor, so if I had to say that, I was on some emotional stuff. I was in my emotional feelings.
God damn.
But to your point, one of my exes, I had broke up with her, right? And 8 years after I broke up with her, I just called her and apologized for treating her fucked up. I called her and I said, look. I did this shit. I knew.
Hey, Mal, stop making it worse, man. I'm so mad about it.
Now, I want to be clear. I did not want her back. I wasn't trying to get her back. Something just came over me and said, call this chick. And this was 8 years. She got a whole man and a whole family. She done moved on and everything.
Nigga.
Bro, she started crying. She started crying on the phone. She started crying like, oh my God.
I mean, that's better than writing this letter. I done broke up with you 2-3 weeks ago, and I'm writing this letter talking about I
didn't expect her to cry though. It fucked me up. I'm like, why are you crying?
Because she probably thought that if you had said that shit them years ago, she wouldn't have the new man.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
To her, it came flooding back.
Yeah. Yeah, all the emotions. Yeah,
I'm niggas do 50 push-ups as soon as I get off this.
Emotional damage.
I was so mad at myself, man.
The homie said that right there.
Juliana said she want a letter too, Jay.
Nah. Ain't nobody got a letter since.
Called and asked and apologized. One and only time.
I mean,
and I broke down, Miles. I broke down my transgressions. I didn't simply say, I'm calling to apologize for hurting you. I said, I apologize for doing this. I apologize for doing that. It is all the shit that, I'm saying, that I know that it wasn't no simp shit. It was, I really hurt this chick, right? And I would just apologize.
Right.
Well, that's accountability, though. That's accountability.
As a man, and I know where I went wrong, and I just wanted to say I'm sorry.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Emotional damage.
But not where I went wrong, like, because I remember I broke up with her. I left her. So it was just more so, I know your life is fucked up now, and I apologize that you couldn't have. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Nah, man.
I did apologize for hurting my feelings.
It's worse. I feel I even feel horrible more now because my letter was like, I forgive everything you done.
Oh my! All right.
I didn't highlight it. I didn't highlight what was wrong and broke up with you. And now I'm talking about, we can still work it out. Like, nah, man, I was I look back and like I tell you right now, like I am so glad of who I am. You know,
I'm
in
so
my
glad you
soul
matured
it
and
didn't sit
evolved, too.
right. In my soul it didn't sit right. Like even then it's like, and when she said, "Oh, you was the most attentive boyfriend I ever had," I was like, she even still trying to make me feel good, right? Like, no, I'm not gonna go back, but you were the most attentive boyfriend.
Oh,
Man, that slap.
You know what it was, bro? I remember I told a chick that one time. I was like, "No, you're a good girlfriend, but this ain't gonna work." I told her she was a good girlfriend, but it wasn't gonna work. It fucked with her mind. And I'm like, "No, you're not a bad girlfriend. I don't want this no more. It's time for it to end." But
man.
anyway, y'all ready to get up out of here?
I'm tired of listening to y'all sad war stories.
Hey, we just gotta learn from it.
No,
hey, hey, Zach, you wanna know what made it worse though?
That's real. We got to learn from it. Yeah.
Two weeks later, I see her on one of the music videos.
Oh yes, she doing.
Oh, she was that bad. Oh shit. Okay.
No, she was bad.
She literally forgot about you, bro.
She was bad. She was bad.
Okay.
Bad.
It was a video vixen.
But it wasn't the bad though. It wasn't the bad. It wasn't the baddie part that had me acting like that.
It was the back rubs.
It was the fingernails.
It was the fingernails, the encouragement, all the other stuff. You know, a long time ago, baddies didn't mean what it means to me anymore. It's just
I better stop listening to those women.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. I got a moment too, but the show is over.
There you go. So,
all right, fella.
Where can they find you? What's going on with y'all, man?
CunninghamElements.com. Make sure you get your soap, guys, and shea butter season is coming back around. Make sure you get your shea butter when it comes through. And then, of course, check out my YouTube channel. I got a lot of great videos recently. And then go to shoplucario.com and get your online dating. And also check out your online dating consultation, shoplucario.com. And also check out Lucario live at 5 later on today. Make sure y'all go over to Lucario's channel. That's Mr. Lucario. Go to his channel. He's going live at 5 today. And check us tomorrow. Real Game, No Theory. Shout out to Steve the Dean, Mr. 1950, Mr. Lucario, K. Zag, and myself. We'll be there tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. All right. Appreciate you, Zag. Appreciate you, J. Roman.
Yo, like always, I do consultations. You can connect with me, J. Roman way at gmail.com. That's it. That's the only way you can connect with me, consultations, and we'll go from there. Mr. 1950, we're going to collab on some things. He got some things he's been working a lot in the background that's going to be coming out. We're going to be collabing together. Like always, Zach, appreciate you for being on the show. You'll find me tomorrow at Real Game, No Theory, tuning in like everybody else, enjoying the show there. So, but anyway, get out, enjoy your Saturdays, and appreciate it, Zach.
Appreciate you, gentlemen. Appreciate everyone who tuned in. You could have been anywhere else, but you was fucking with us. We appreciate it. Until tomorrow, we out.